Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Mythic bringing you guys another mock draft. And as you guys see right below me, we got Mike, AZ Sports Fan. How have you been, man? Are you ready to get this mock draft going? And what is the excitement levels about the draft going into 2025? It's a different time.
Very excited, man. Very excited. I think I said this on my last video that I don't think I've been this like excited. Like I was excited the past years and the past regime, but I was kind of always had that thought of like, how's my GM going to mess this up or how are they going to whiff it? Like not this case. Like with Monty we're going to his year 3 and what he's actually done in this offseason. I have all the faith and the confidence. And honestly, my excitement levels is through the roof. I'm ready for draft night. I'm excited to see what the Cardinals are going to do with the 16th overall pick. I'm stoked.
It's a good spot to be in. I've been saying this so many times. This is such a loaded draft class, and to be dead set in the middle, it gives you options to trade up, to trade down, to stick and pick the BPA. We're in a good position, and Monty Ostafort's someone I trust to make that decision. If one of his guys are gone, trade back. If one of your guys is there, you stick and pick, and I'm very excited. And if you guys are not familiar with Mike's channel, where can they find you before we kick this thing off?
Yeah, pretty much everything. The AZ Sports Fan, Instagram, X, and then YouTube. Pretty much the AZ Sports Fan. You should be able to find me anywhere by typing that up.
Go ahead, look him up, subscribe, follow. Also do the same to me. We are on the road to 9,000 subscribers. But let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Now, are you a fan of trading up before we kick it off? Or are you cool just coasting to 16?
To me personally, I'm okay with coasting to 16. I just don't see a world where the Cardinals do trade up. Trade back is an option. Obviously the way the board falls and who's gonna be calling or ringing. But to me, trading up, I'm not gonna humor it. But I'm curious to figure out if you are curious with that.
I've teeter-tottered with it back and forth. It's not something I'm cool with necessarily. Like, the only player I would really want is either Mason Graham
Fair.
or probably... Dang, Abdul Carter went 9, first of all. Insane.
Yeah, that could have been a chance to trade up right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. But Mason Graham is probably the only one if Jacksonville fumbles, but I would give it less than a 5% chance. I'm not really leaning towards that route. I'm comfortable with the stick and pick on BPA or trading back. And Will Johnson just flew off the board. Mykel Williams just went as well, which is crazy because those are two of the guys I'm high on personally. What are you looking at as this draft board kind of played out? Jahad Campbell went 10.
Yeah, I'm looking at the way that it go, and yeah, I mean, I agree with you with Mason Graham. Abdul Carter would be nuts, but like we got to be realistic. Like if you want to trade for those guys, you got to go in the top 5 or top 4 to get one of those guys. And I just don't realistically see the Cardinals do that. I think, like you said, we're such in a good spot right now that like I don't know. I feel like anybody that you probably would like can fall to 16. And I know we've seen some mock drafts. Like I've used PFF as well, and some crazy things happen. Like sometimes Will Johnson falls, or sometimes this happens. But obviously, for the sake of this specific mock draft, looking to see who's available, like I still see a lot of players that I would love the Cardinals to potentially go after right now. And honestly, like shame on PFF for not getting Jalen Walker in an appropriate spot. Like I just don't get it why he's ranked so low on PFF when he's probably arguably one of the best edge rushers, and he's probably most likely going to go top 10 in the 2025 NFL draft. I don't get why he's always down there, but it is what it is. For the sake of just obviously trying to, leave no stone unturned, let's do a real quick thing. Look at the trade back options. Let's see what we got there.
Perfect. And the players obviously still here. Kenneth Grant, who I think you can get later on. Kelvin Banks, Abuka. I don't think the Cardinals will dabble in receiver, but that's a good prospect to dabble into. And then even later on, you could probably get a Derek Harmon. Like there's some good options here, and Donovan too. I love him personally. So
well, let me ask you real quick. Tetro McMillan, I've seen multiple mock drafts that he falls. Like, do I think it's realistic? Probably not. But like, let's say we live in a world that does happen. What is your thoughts on wide receiver? Just real quick.
I'm a fan of wide receiver. Like, I wouldn't be opposed just because it's so deep, but I'm not a big fan on McMillan. He's just a jump ball 50-50 guy. He doesn't really do anything that, like, jumps off the tape. Me, personally, I still stand on this, is Abuka is the best receiver in this draft class, even if he's a slot receiver, which would fit the Cardinals perfectly, by the way.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
On top of that, you have people like Luther Burden, who I think could be better than McMillan. Obviously, he had a down year. His 2023 is his best season he's ever had collegiately. But then who's the other receiver? Matthew Golden, I also have over McMillan. I think it's very teeter-totter with Luther Burden and McMillan for me, because Luther Burden is just shifty, can make people miss. McMillan is that 50-50 jump ball catch guy. So it's really just a coin toss. But do I see the Cardinals dabbling into receiver in the first round? Probably not unless we trade back and just everybody flies off the board.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
fair.
the only way I see that.
Yeah, my two favorite are going to be Ibuka and as well as Luther Burton. It's just because need. Like I do like Golden as well, and I do like McMillan, but like I just don't see like the world where like that will fit. But yeah, my bad. Let's focus on the mock.
No,
Who
yeah,
wants to
I
trade
feel
back?
you. Who wants to trade back? 20 to Denver is interesting.
Okay.
I think I don't think we would trade with the Rams.
No. So the options are Denver, Rams, and what else? Sorry, I can't see on
You
this.
got Denver, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, the Giants in the second round, and then
Oh
everything
no,
after that is second round.
no,
So
we're
I
not
would say
doing that.
Kansas City, Steelers, or Denver. So we go 20
Yeah.
or 21. I think 21 you can still get some good value.
Yeah. 21. Let's look at 20. Let's look at Pittsburgh. Let's see what
I'm
they're willing
pretty
to
sure
provide.
we'd be able to get 83 and then probably like a 156
Oh,
and maybe
damn,
like around 3.
that's a no-brainer.
Should we try to see if this goes through?
Ye-
58% chance.
Yeah. Try it.
It goes through.
Oh, snap.
21,
Let's go.
83, 156,
Okay.
and around 3. Great value. And Shador Sanders just went, which is
That's
solid.
crazy.
Kelvin Banks, unfortunately, goes
Okay.
one pick before us, which is unfortunate because that's a team.
Yep.
We could trade back again,
Okay.
or
So
we could stick and pick because
I'm
there's some names.
stick and pick if that's okay with you.
Yeah, let's go ahead and stick and pick.
So how is this going to work? Are we doing this where we're trying to both come into an agreement? Like,
Who are you feeling? And I'll give you my insight on it.
okay, I'm going to be real here. Either Kenneth Grant, a guy that I really like as well is probably, and I've said this multiple times on my channel, and I'm sticking with the defensive line. Oh, you highlighted it. James Pierce Jr., man. The only knock that I have on James Pierce Jr. is the things that came out about the character concerns. But I don't know. I really do believe in Jonathan Gannon. If it's truly character concerns that like is going to stop you from getting this uber talented potential top 5 guy that is a really good edge rusher, I don't know. I have all the faith in the world that this regime is going to be able to kind of shape him up. Now, we're not there, right? We're not privy to the, like, what exactly went. Like, we saw some articles about him missing some practice and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, I really do like James Pierce Jr. Like, that's my number one guy. If the Cardinals were to go this route, I would be over the moon, but I wouldn't be mad at Kenneth Grant either. What is your thought process? Like, obviously, Emeka Buka too, but like, I want to keep the defensive line. I feel like that's more the route the Cardinals are going to go.
That's where I think too. I did
Okay.
the PFF mock, traded back to 28 earlier today as we're recording this, and I ended up getting Derek Harmon because Kenneth Grant went like 25. Kenneth
Okay.
Grant was on my radar, but again, this is a completely different player than this
Right.
guy right here. They're
100%,
100% different guys. But Derek Harmon is so interesting because he led the college football in hurries, I believe, which is insane, and just QB pressures. And then you also have Kenneth Grant, who's just a pure run stuff, can get to the quarterback, 3 sacks, 23 hurries. So it's basically just what kind of defensive tackle do you want to bring in?
Yeah. I mean, and Walter Nolan's there too, if you haven't
Walter
noticed.
Nolan is here too as well, but I would probably deter because he's not very polished. He's very physical, and he's one of those guys that's super high ceiling, but could also just be an absolute bust.
You know, the funny thing is, I agree 100% with you. I'm not the biggest fan of Walter Nolan. I'm really not.
He has
So,
the potential to be great, though. Like, he has the potential to
agree.
be like Hall of Fame level.
I agree.
But
I
he
do
also
think-
has a massive drop in his floor, which is scary as a prospect because at that point, I would rather just take a guarantee in my eyes, which is either a Derek Harmon or a Kenneth Grant.
So, do we agree on Kenneth Grant?
I can
Or
get behind
am I
Kenneth
willing
Grant. I
to?
can switch it up. I'll switch it up. Absolutely. Because I've been on the Derek Harmon train for a while, and Kenneth Grant is here. Chargers pick right after us, who are probably going to snag him if we don't in real life.
So, if this
could
was
be the
my
pick.
mock draft, I would do James Pierce Jr. But I want to make sure we respect both of our opinions. So, you want to go Kenneth Grant, right?
I'm 100% down with Kenneth Grant.
Then let's go
This
Kenneth
is a
Grant.
pure run stuffer, complete different defensive tackle than Calais Campbell and
And he's
Dalvin
younger.
Tomlinson, and he's
Future.
young and can learn behind, which I'm not opposed to getting another defensive tackle whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Now, are you opposed to trading back up into the second round?
Who went? Let's see.
I don't think Amos is gone. But if Amos falls to like 40, would you be against a 7-pick trade up to go get your guy? Or would you rather just write it out and see what prospects are there at 47? Tyler Booker, I'm pretty sure, just went at 27. You have
Hey,
Derek
is Luther
Harmon.
Burton still there?
Luther Burden is still there.
That's nuts. Okay.
Is Ibuka gone? Ibuka is
Ibuka
gone.
just went, yeah. He went to 25 to Texans. So a couple different things. I guess my question is, do you think Tennessee will trade back? I know they might be going through a rebuild with obviously Cam Ward going their way. You think that will be a realistic trade back, or do you think the Raiders? We have a lot of history with the Raiders and fleecing their
We
fleecing them.
do.
So I don't know. I'm cool with trading up, honestly. Like if we want to feel froggy, I say let's leap. I'm down with it.
I'm not against waiting.
Okay.
I'm cool waiting. It just depends. I'm cool waiting till 40. And if either
Okay.
Luther Burden or Trey Amos is there at 40, I'm comfortable with the trade up.
Okay. Then
Right
let's
now, it's
let's
a
roll it.
little steep. Luther Burden
Just went.
flies. And then if Amos is here, I would not be against that. What do you think? 41 to 47, go get your corner?
I wish PFF showed us who was still available. I know he hasn't gone, but I really wanted to see who else is there as well.
We could stick and pick two.
Let's take a pick. We already did one trade back. For the sake of just trying to keep this not very long, let's just keep it to one trade back.
And Trey
Or
almost just
yeah,
flew off, which
did he?
it's
Yeah,
typical for that
yeah,
spot personally.
makes sense.
Here's a very interesting question because there's a lot of people on the board that I am a big fan of.
Me
I'll
too.
name a couple of them, and you
Cool.
let me know how you're feeling or if someone else is standing out to you.
Okay.
Princely,
Yeah.
absolutely a stud, would fit us so perfectly. Question marks at edge right now. This would just solidify your defensive line entirely. The Cardinals have met with him in real life. Perfect fit for the
Yep.
defense. Jaden Higgins,
Yeah.
6'4",
Woo.
215. Move Michael Wilson to the slot. He's not the greatest athlete, but the hands are there.
Yeah.
Freak of nature, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Now, the only problem is, do we dabble in receiver in round 2, or do we wait and go get a pure slot? Somebody like a Jalen Noel.
Jalen Noel. Yeah. That's a very good question. So I'm glad that you gave me those options because I agree with those options, Princely as well as Jaden. But let me throw another kind of bone your way. Donovan Jackson getting so he's listed as tackle, but can't play guard. Is that correct? If you go look at his stats,
He probably could
plays
swing.
play left tackle, but also has the ability to play guard as well out of Ohio State. This is also another option potentially. I'm okay with waiting for the wide receiver. I do like Jaden Higgins. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if you want to take him, I'm cool with taking him as well. But trenches is what my mind is going right now on this time that we're recording it. But what say you? I'm cool with Princely. I'm cool with Jackson, and I'm cool with Jaden Higgins.
See, the thing is with Donovan, you could slot him in at left guard, instant
Yep.
starter. Could Evan Brown slide to right?
I mean,
Is that possible?
yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Or we do give our third round pick last year, Isaiah Adams, a crack at it. I know he's kind of was a turnstile in preseason. He had some things here and there, like little flashes, nothing crazy. But I mean, maybe he does finally get an opportunity. He's a third round pick for God's sakes. I mean, why not give him a nod? But if we don't go Donovan Jackson, honestly, so okay, let's do it this way. Give me your three in order, and I'll give you my three in order, and then we'll go with that number one.
Honestly, it's Princely 1A, Higgins and Donovan Jackson 2B.
Okay. Mine is Princely, Donovan Jackson, and then Higgins. So because we agree on Princely, it's Princely.
100%. Easy. This just solidifies the defensive line, and this just
Oh,
gives
yeah.
our defense all of the talent to work with, which
Absolutely.
is beautiful. And Carson just went off the board, a linebacker that I am a fan of. That is a little unfortunate. Jared Ivey. There's a lot of the edge rushers in this class who are stacked. Trey Harris flies off the board. There's also named Tate Ratledge here. We could get
Yeah, there you
guard, and
go.
this is
A potential
right
guard.
right here, right now. Or do we go Jalen Noel? Or maybe we get both of them. Do we just solidify with the right guard? Is there another name that flies off your mind? Chris Paul's here too.
Yeah, Chris Paul. I know the Cardinals haven't met with Jonas Avanea, but I do like him potential like tackle of the future. He's from Arizona, yeah, and I think he plays right tackle. But like if we don't go that route, like that's an option. Let me take a look here. Okay, so we got our our run stuffer, Kenneth Grant. We got Princely, which is going to be our edge rusher, hopefully of the future. We got the 78th. Oh yeah, that's right. We traded back. So,
We
there
did.
we go. We can cook some here.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Tate Ratledge and then a Jalen Noel. And then me personally, I would have traded back up for Chris Paul with these
Chris
picks
Paul.
right here. And then just solidified the draft. But that's my draft.
Let's do this.
I want to see what you're thinking.
Let's do this. Why don't we go Jalen Noel, and then we wait it out and see if Ratledge falls. If he doesn't fall, then we go Paul.
That's perfect. We'll knock that out 100%.
Because honestly, I think wide receiver is a big need, and nobody's really talking about
there
it.
goes Chris Paul.
So Chris Paul went?
Yes.
Fudge. Did Ratledge go?
No, we did not.
There you go. 1A,
That's-
1B.
That is perfectly fine with me. Walking away with 2 or 3 of the guys that you want to walk away with, which
Duds.
there's our slot. There's our starting right guard going into next year, or potential right guard. You can have him compete with Isaiah Adams.
Yep.
You got your edge, you run stuffer, and you still have picks to just nail in the back end.
Here's the crazy thing. I don't like PFF always disrespecting Kyle Williams.
Yeah.
So for the sake of like, he's not there. Don't even think he's there. Like, he's not going to be in the spot that we can pick him
Yeah,
this
he
late.
shouldn't
Like,
be.
yeah. So for the people that are watching and saying, how come you're not going after him? Realistically, he's not going to be there. And we already cooked up a wide receiver that we're comfortable with.
What position would you go here?
So we are at, let's see. So we're at the 115. Honestly, what my mind is going to right now, scroll down for me. I'm thinking cornerback is what I'm thinking. Let's see who else. Yeah, yep. Kobe Bryant's really who I was looking at.
I think we
Yeah.
can get Kobe Bryant on a trade up. What would you think about doubling down on edge?
I wouldn't be mad at that. Who are you looking at?
I'm looking at Ashton. The fact he's still here, double down on edge, or we kind of struggle right now.
Yeah.
To be honest, with durability. I don't know how BJ Ojolari is going to come back. I love the talent that he has, but I don't know how he's going to come back. We let 2 of our guys go in Dennis Gardick and Victor. We kind of need to beef the edge room up after just signing Josh Sweat, and we're kind of just rocking the same thing. We have Zaven Collins, but it's like you could just bring 2 guys right here who are pure pass rushers to your team. Or you can go somewhere else.
Is David Walker still available?
Probably. He's probably like a 6th-round draft pick. Or Johnny Walker, you mean?
No. Oh, is that his name? It's like David something. He's an edge rusher.
Oh, the dude from... Oh my gosh, it's like a dog. It's a purple school. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Kansas. It's not Kansas State. Where is it? I'll find him. But
Okay.
David Walker.
It is David Walker, right? Okay, so
It's
he
a
already
bear.
went. Yeah.
There we go.
I
knew
mean,
was
it kind
purple.
of looks like a dog, so I don't blame
Right,
you.
it's purple.
Okay. So you're thinking potentially doubling down on edge?
Edge would be cool. I mean, you can get Quandarius Robinson too in the later ends. He's not as good of a run defender. Very twitchy player. I think Ashton's a more polished player here, and people are slightly concerned about his length, which I think he's 6'4", 6'3", 275. So you could double down on edge. You could go. Where'd you want to go? Kobe Bryant, get a corner. But I the thing with corner that I struggle with is we have Elijah Jones coming back, who was a 3rd-round draft pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you're not getting Will Johnson, I just don't see
Like, what's the point?
the
Pretty much.
point of taking
Fair.
another one.
I mean, yeah, you got Starling Thomas the 5th. You got Max Melton, Elijah Jones coming back. Garrett Williams is going to take another leap, and right now it seems like Sean Murphy Bunting. Although I know we're always like, but we still got him on the roster too.
Unfortunately, but yes.
Yeah. Honestly, okay. Now that I'm looking down here, a couple people are already kind of like, so if not Kobe Bryant, I'm cool with not going corner because I do kind of agree with what you're saying. It's like we already kind of have a really good, pretty good spot. What's the next pick that we have?
152.
So we got from 150. Damn. Okay, so here's where my mind is. Honestly, I think center is a possibility, or that interior defensive lineman that I really, really do like, Ty Robinson out of the combine, and the Cardinals met with him. At
Yes,
least,
we did.
I really like him as well. Another interior dude that's huge, big guy, not as big as Calais, but 6'6", like he's big guy out of Nebraska. I like him as well. So for me right now, Josh Sweat, Baron Browning, rotational guys that we bring Princely back. I don't know. I feel like we can get more of an opportunity for an interior guy. I don't know. I really do like Ty Robinson.
Would you want to trade back? It would be to 139. That's kind of steep.
That's really steep. Yeah, I feel like we're going to be losing out a lot of these gems. How do you feel about Seth McLaughlin, a potential Ohio State boy, center of the future?
Not my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Not my favorite, to be honest here. If I were to go anyone, I know we have met with Ty Robinson, and this is someone I would not be opposed to. He's 6'6", huge, big body, can learn behind Calais just like Kenneth Grant can.
Yep.
And he's a little bit of a better pass rusher than given credit for, I would say. Just very interesting prospect.
Yep.
Very strong. Very physical.
Would
not be opposed.
Do you mind if we pull the trigger?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Cool.
And we met with him, so it's pretty realistic. I'm pretty sure we met with Kingsley too. I don't know if we met with Kenneth Grant.
We have.
Okay, so we have met with Kenneth Grant. So it's pretty realistic in terms of who we've met with, even though Monty Ossenfort shut down the idea. Kyle Williams is still here.
Pretty much. He was like, yeah, we're not playing that game. But still, I mean, you're going to get people that they met with. I mean, obviously, they want to do homework on them, so.
Yeah. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because you could go Seth McLaughlin.
Yeah, he's still there.
Which, I mean, this is kind of where you just take shots in the dark.
Pretty much. All right, who else?
And you know Monty Ossenfort's a big school kind of guy. So this would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, especially the Ohio State thing. I mean, like, I have mocked him a lot to the Cardinals. And here's the thing, like, Holt's going to be your guy for, like, what, the next year or two, right? So, like, well, I'm just looking at somebody that could potentially be that guy because we drafted John Gaines II. He was like a guard / center. He just hasn't really amounted to very much. But obviously, opportunity wasn't there either. So, like, you know, I don't know. I feel like maybe potentially getting more trenches you can never be mad at. Like especially because we don't need wide receivers. We just got ourselves one in the draft. And it seems like the Cardinals are going to run it back with the other guys. So I don't know. I feel like you said, we're just kind of taking shots in the dark, but why not bring in an Ohio State guy?
The only tough part here is, if I'm not mistaken, he did come off a torn Achilles. So I don't think he's going to be ready coming in to 2025. His production is solid, but this is what, a 5th round pick?
Yep.
So, like, it's an interesting prospect. I mean,
well, guess what?
He plays solid. He's decent.
You don't need him for 2025.
You don't.
Yeah, for Holt.
Yeah, torn Achilles. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Wait, where's your mind going?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of interesting players. Craig Woodson has jumped so much. He was my 7th round steal. I love Craig Woodson. He needs to keep falling.
Is there any linebackers here?
Kobe
potential.
King.
There you go.
Kobe King.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
I think you could trade back and get Kobe King though, or at least 156. I mean, you could just stick and pick though. I mean, Cody Simon, I think, is better.
Okay, so we got 152 and 156.
Yes.
Yeesh. Okay, well, I mean, you can get somebody real quick and then just double down and get somebody. Why don't you pick one and I'll pick the other? How about that?
Ooh, this is tough. There is 2 linebackers that I wouldn't be opposed to taking, so I'm going to pass on that. And if that's the decision you want to make, I'm going to let you make that, because I'm assuming you will go linebacker. Where I would go personally, and this is tough, because we did double down on interior defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So we're set there. Edge, I mean, there's nobody worth taking right now, like, at all.
Yeah.
Like, this is a solid player. It's just not someone I'm taking right now. So, do I just take a shot in the dark and take a Connor Colby and get another guard?
Ooh, yeah, that's a. I mocked him to the Cardinals a few times. I do like him.
He's okay. He's definitely okay. And this would be a very interesting player. Very run first at Iowa, but I don't think that's a Monty Ossenfort kind of pick.
Okay.
I think he's a big school kind of guy.
And we got 2 Illinois player back to back with Tip and Isaiah Adams.
That is true. Pat Bryant sitting right here.
There you go.
I think me personally, where I would go, Malachi Moore is also very interesting, but there's character issues.
Yep.
I'm not sure if those are true. I mean, he was a captain for them. Oof. I mean, this is so tough. Thank God I'm not a GM right now. Otherwise, I
would have ran out of time.
Yeah, my 5 minutes would have been up. Shoot. I mean, Kobe King is here. Like, Cody
Okay.
Simon's probably my pick.
Yep.
It's probably my pick.
Yeah, get a linebacker because I wasn't going to.
Okay. Cody
Okay.
Simon.
Okay. Then Seth McLaughlin.
McLaughlin.
Yep.
Easy. All right, let's go ahead and book that. Boom. Center. Torn Achilles. We'll see what he can come off on. Very young still.
Yep.
And then we got 225. I'm assuming
Wow.
Craig Woodson will not be there. My 7th round pick every single time in these mocks. Probably won't be there. And if he is,
Is he?
he's there. Do we need a safety though, or is there anyone else? Malachi Moore's here.
Oh,
too.
Malachi Moore. I've seen him drop to 7 as well, and he's kind of to your equivalent of what you just said. I do like Malachi Moore as well out of Alabama. But I mean, this is going to be one of those picks. Think of it as like our last pick last year, our last couple picks. Like they're probably going to make the 53. I don't know. Right? I mean, we don't need safety, but maybe they can be moved to special teams. You never know, man. So it's kind of up to you and what you think. And if you want Craig Woodson, take the flyer, because right now it's just one of those things where it's like,
the thing that's tough here is Craig Woodson is a freak on the field. He just flies. He is a go, which is why even now they have him listed as special teams.
yep,
Which I think would be very beneficial.
It
as
would.
We need somebody. We have Joey
It
Blunt. Malachi Moore is someone who's bounced around all the field. Captain at Alabama. Big name school. Graded very well. 89.4 coverage grade. 23.3 in completion. Like, it's really good. Like, you can't go wrong. So,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I really don't mind either of them. And I'm going to let you make the pick. You got one or the other. You got
give us
both
more.
benefits.
Give us more, because honestly, like I think we both kind of like him. So give me Malachi Moore.
You got both options. I'm not mad either way. And I think it's pretty solid. It's a good mock.
That's a good. I think so too.
It's a really
Let's see,
good
what do they
mock.
grade us at?
Yeah, I knew they weren't going to be a fan of the Ty Robinson. They never are when I mock them myself. So I'm not
don't
shocked
get
at that whatsoever.
don't
But
get
Kenneth
that.
Grant, they gave us a fat A. The trade back, we picked up a third 156 who turned into Seth McLaughlin. We got another round 3 into next year. We got 83 who turned into Tate Ratledge, which I would say is a huge W for this team.
Yeah.
An absolute massive W. Princely, they gave us an A-. Jalen Noel never grades well for whatever reason. C+,
Wow.
slot receiver. I think that is a perfect fit for our team. Cody Simon, a linebacker at 152 in round 5. We need somebody to fill that position and to actually come in here and compete. And I think he does that. From Ohio State, big name school, we went back-to-back Ohio State. That's pretty solid. And then Malachi Moore, Alabama captain. If there's no character concerns, this should be a pretty solid depth player. How would you grade it? I would say this is like an A- draft.
Yeah.
B+, A-.
Yeah, A-, B+. I think it's great. I mean, you're right. You know, I got the Ty Robinson, like that was really kind of my pick. I'm gonna be real. And then the Cody Simon, like PFF is kind of disrespecting, to be honest with you. I mean, they're both really good players. It's just, you know, at that point, you know, you're also kind of going for the guys that you want, and the Cardinals met with Ty Robinson. So I don't hate it at all. I do think I would say this is a B+, A- draft as well. This is a really good draft, honestly.
Yeah, I don't hate it. PFF's kind of hating right here.
Yeah.
And right here. This is the biggest hate job right here in my eyes.
Yeah, big time.
Jalen Noel. That
Yeah.
should be a B at the absolute minimum. But I love
Yeah.
the draft. You guys let us know down in the comment section below how you guys would grade this. And out of all the mocks you guys have seen on my channel, where would you rank it? What's your favorite? And what was your favorite pick today? And what picks would you guys have made differently? Follow along, drop those predictions, and drop those picks. And what player are you the biggest fan of? Appreciate you, Mike, for hopping on. Let them know one more time where they could find you at.
Yeah, find me at the AZ Sports Fan. YouTube is going to be where the main following is, but do also got an X/Twitter as well as Instagram. Have some little content over there as well.
Perfect. Appreciate you hopping on. That is all we got for today's mock draft. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic and Mike. Peace out.
Later.